Another one that's very similar to this is just a traditional cleaning business. And honestly, even with traditional cleaning businesses, you can still make a ton of money. So this is where you'd be vacuuming, mopping, sweeping, dusting, etc. This can be really good too. There's still a lot of opportunities here. I know plenty of people who started one-person businesses and they make over 6 figures a year doing this. So yeah, another really good one. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 7 out of 10 opportunity score. Another similar type of business would be one where you help people to organize things. So this is literally where you would go in, maybe you go into someone's shop or someone's workstation or a business, and you help them to organize things so that they are orderly, they're all in the right place, and they look nice. So most people, when they go into their garage, it's an absolute mess, and people don't like to see that, but at the same time they're too busy to fix it. But they will actually pay you to go in there and organize things for them. In many cases, this involves color coding things, labeling things, bundling wires together, cleaning things up a little bit, organizing them and putting them in a place that makes sense, etc., etc. So if you're someone who likes to do this anyways, which I know a lot of people out there do like that, this could be a great business for you to start. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one an 8 out of 10 opportunity score. Another interesting side hustle to try out would be becoming a local tour guide. So this one is especially good if you live in more of a medium-sized town. And what people can do is when they first move to the town or when they first visit the town, they would hire you as a local tour guide to show them around. And this saves them a lot of time, effort, and money, knowing what restaurants to go to that are good, what stores to go to that are worth shopping at, what are things to do in the town that are fun, etc., etc. And a half-day tour with a private guide usually runs for $100 to $300. And think about all the value you give and the time that you're saving that person. It totally makes sense to do this, and I will absolutely hire a local tour guide whenever I go to a new place. And so you can start this business now. Chances are you're not going to be getting jobs all the time, but this is a really good way of making a little bit of extra money, maybe once every 2 weeks. And you can post these types of jobs on Facebook or Craigslist. So yeah, I'll give this one a 7 out of 10 opportunity score. Now, if you live in a bigger city, this one can actually be a full-time job. Next is going to be selling homegrown veggies or something like healthy chickens. So there's a lot of people out there that are very concerned with all of the pesticides and all of the chemicals, etc., that are pumped into our foods. Many people out there have allergic reactions to them, or they're just very sensitive to them. They have a lot of inflammation. And so there's a lot of opportunity for people to actually sell these things. And so if you can raise non-industrial grade chickens, or you can basically make vegetables that don't have a bunch of pesticides on them, that can be incredibly valuable to other people. And they're willing to pay a premium for that. So of course, you could sell this on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, or go to something like a farmer's market. And so this can be a really good side hustle to do. I'll go ahead and give it a 7 out of 10 opportunity score. And then the second one I talked about, which is raising and selling chickens or eggs, or you could even go as big as cattle if you have the room for it. Again, you want to do this in a healthy way. You don't want to do it where there's a bunch of slaughterhouses and the cows are just all in together and you're feeding them steroids like a lot of the big corporations do. And that's why the meat is so unhealthy. Then people are going to be willing to pay a premium for that. So this one's even a little bit better in my opinion. I'll go ahead and give it a 7.5 out of 10 opportunity score. Next is going to be retail arbitrage. So if you live in a small town, there's a good chance that there's certain items that are a little bit difficult to get in that town. They're either difficult to get, or they seem rare, or they just seem unique and people in the small town haven't seen them. So you can find those items and then you can do what's known as retail arbitrage. So I actually did this when I was young, and I found this item called a credit card knife. And I would actually go to all kinds of different fairs and festivals, and I would sell these credit card knives. And this was basically just a little knife that looked like it was in the form of a credit card, and it would fit in your wallet. But if you folded it up in the right way, it would actually be a knife. And this could be used for self-defense, I guess, but mostly it's just used for day-to-day kind of things. things like cutting up an apple. And so I would buy these knives in bulk, and I think I would pay something like 10 or 15 cents for each one of them. And then I would end up selling them for $5 each. So I was making an absolute ridiculous profit on these knives. So yeah, retail arbitrage is great. I'm going to go ahead and give this one an 8.5 out of 10 opportunity score. The next one is very similar to that, but it has more to do with your knowledge of different items, and that is flipping. So you could flip just about anything out there. This is something I've done since I was a kid. You could flip cars, bikes, video games, phones, different types of gaming consoles, etc. And basically what you need to know is the real value of all of these different items. And then you literally just buy low and sell high. It's as simple as that. There's people out there, if they're moving from one town to another, they might have a garage sale and they'll sell something like 50% lower just for the sake of time. So you can go and buy that, and then you can resell it for 50% higher. You make a 50% profit margin. So this one is really good. One of the oldest side hustles known to man. One that I've done pretty much my whole life. It's amazing. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 9 out of 10 opportunity score.